Christopher, and today we're talking about a line of fragrances or fragrance oils, I should say, from the brand of Luxodor oils. And this is what the packaging looks like. Beautiful bag. This is a company that's based out of Dubai, and they make oils. So they were nice enough to send us a little starter kit or a sampler kit of 10 different oils. This brand mainly focuses to catering oils to like big businesses, small businesses, but they also sell direct to consumer, which is pretty nice because the oil concentrations are fairly good. The nice thing about that as well is that you get to create your own products. So if you are trying to create your own candle business, then you can do that with this line. You can also create your own body butters, your own lotions, your own hair mist, and even your own perfumes because you can dilute the oils with perfuming alcohol. We're going to go into the ones that they sent us and see which ones we like and which ones are similar to the fragrances themselves. Like I said, they were nice enough to send us this kit here. This is what it looks like. Very nice packaging. Do take into consideration that they are a company based out of Dubai, so they had to ship it to me all the way here in the United States. My package, unfortunately, this will probably not happen to everyone out there, was opened by US Customs. That does happen from time to time when I order from other countries. But yes, they did it to mine and they kind of squashed the things in there, and this is not their fault. This is US Customs opening people's packages. Anywho, this is the bag that you get with it. So it does say the name of the brand on there, Luxodor Niche Perfumes. They are a company based out of Dubai. Very, very Dubai, very luxurious and opulent, very. So once you open this, you get the starter kit in here. The cool thing about this is that if you actually order this online yourself, you can select your own fragrances. And I know they have original scents that they've actually created, and then there are some, I guess what you could call clones or dupes of other fragrances. And they have brands like Tom Ford, Byredo, Bulgari, Dior, Chanel, brands like that. So I selected 5 myself and they selected 5 to send me. And I'll tell you which ones I selected to see if they smell like it, because these are fragrances that I'm currently testing to make reviews on myself already. So I was like, oh, I want to smell if these are good enough and if they're going to be fragrance oils that can actually compare to the original thing, because as we have seen time and time again, price increases after price increases after price increases, perfumes are getting ridiculous on pricing, unfortunately. And it's sad to say because there's so many perfume brands that I really, really want to try and I haven't gotten the opportunity to try. For example, I've wanted to try the Guerlain private line, but they're so expensive, I want to try more of the Bulgari fragrances, the La Gems, but they're very expensive. And this is a great way to try fragrances, and I will let you know if they smell like it or if they don't. So this is what the packaging looks like. So they're actually very nice little vials that you get here, just so you are aware. These are 10 mils a piece. So you can actually order this actual kit itself. It's listed under tester, and it is $90 US for 10 of these. So if you actually do the math, that is 3.4 fluid ounces, which is equivalent to a large sized fragrance, which is really a steal if you actually think about it. So there are quite a few on here. So for example, this is Ombre Nomad. Everyone knows Ombre Nomad because it is Louis Vuitton's famous fragrance. Now this fragrance itself, I typically don't even like Ombre Nomad, but this one's a little bit softer, a little bit cleaner. I don't know if I'm the only one that thinks this. Does Ombre Nomad smell just like black saffron from Byredo to you? Because to me, they are 1-to-1, and I didn't like that fragrance. I did review it on this channel and I didn't really care for it. And Louis Vuitton did send me a sample of it too, and I was not a fan of that fragrance. But this one's not too bad. I could definitely see this being used as a, for example, air diffuser. I have an air diffuser, which is a nebulizing air diffuser, which is the ones that you put straight oil in it. Then they diffuse it all over the air. Then there are also diffusers that you put oil and a mixture of water in it. So you can do that with this one to make it a softer type of fragrance itself. Just so you know, you can actually wear these directly on the skin without having any irritation. Like I said, for Ombre Nomad, they did send me a sample, so I do have a tester little vial of this one itself. The truth of it is that it's 1-to-1. It smells just like Ombre Nomad. maybe less alcoholic because obviously perfumes are diluted oils with perfumer's alcohol, but you can actually make your own by doing that yourself. And I do think it smells just like it. If you like Ombre Nomad, then definitely check out this. They also sent us Falcar from Le Gems, and this is a Bulgari fragrance. It's one that I had been testing out myself as a fragrance to review for the channel. Very good, very leathery type of scent. Smells just like it too. Now let's get into the ones that I actually like. So this one I was very shocked by. So this is Amber Nuit, and I tested this fragrance and I was like, am I wearing the actual one? Because I'm telling you, this one is 1 to 1. It smells just like Amber Nuit. If you have ever had Amber Nuit by Dior, which I do have a small old bottle that I have not, pre-purchased. That is one of my favorite fragrances, and this is probably the one that I will be repurchasing myself so I can use it as an air diffuser because, I mean, who does not want their home to smell like Amber Nuit? Like, that is just the epitome of luxury. We have Sauvage here. Now this one's a little bit nicer to me because Sauvage does have that crisp metallic type of ambroxany type of feel and smell to it. This one itself is a little bit better because it takes that away. So this one smells more like the Eau de Parfum version. So if you're looking at the Sauvage on their website, I would say that if you like the Eau de Parfum, you're going to like this one. If you are a fan of the Eau de Toilette, you might not like this one because it doesn't have that metallic-y, stingy type of vibe to it. Sycamore by Chanel. Now, I was very surprised. This is one of the ones that I actually selected. I was very surprised to see Sycamore on there because it's not Chanel's top selling fragrance. They do sell quite a bit of it, but it's not something that is a #1 selling like Le Beige, Cordamando, Le Lion. Those are pretty big selling fragrances, and this one itself is not. It does smell very similar to it. Chanel is a very hard line to replicate, so they did a pretty freaking good job if you ask me. So if you are looking at Sycamore, you're looking at the Les Exclusives collection by Chanel, then definitely try this one out because it's going to be very similar to it. It's not going to be 1 to 1, I will say that, because that one's a very hard one to replicate. But they actually shocked me with some other ones that I'm like, how did they even do this? Did they get a hold of the perfumer or something? So they also sent me Baccarat Rouge 540. Now, I haven't reviewed this fragrance on the channel, and I will say that I probably won't ever review this fragrance on the channel. I got Baccarat Rouge when it was first launched. It was an exclusive to Neiman Marcus. I really liked it. It was one of my favorite fragrances for a long time. Then everyone and their mom started wearing it. This is the same thing. It actually smells exactly like Baccarat Rouge 540. Acqua di Gio Profumo. So this is one that they also sent, Acqua di Gio Profumo. I haven't reviewed this one, but I do have a bottle of Acqua di Gio Profumo, and I will say that it's probably one of the best Acqua di Gio fragrances out there. I did like Incenza when it came out. I don't even think they make that anymore. I will say that this one smells identical to Acqua di Gio Profumo. Effing Fabulous by Tom Ford. This one I was very surprised because I actually do have a bottle of this. I did have the body spray. I actually like the body spray better than I like the Eau de Parfum. And the thing about it is I also got a dupe or a clone version from Dossier, and while it smelled similar to it, it didn't smell 1 to 1 to it. I did put all of these on a blotting card to make sure to see how all of their dry down was, because I wanted to see if they actually, developed into something different or if they stayed true to the fragrance itself. And this one is a hard fragrance to find an exact replica of, obviously because of that nice leathery note that it has in it, but it's a very soft leather note. It's probably one of the softest leather notes in the actual Tom Ford brand because obviously he loves leather in his fragrance, but FM Fabulous does it so differently to like ombre leather. It's kind of reminiscent of Ombre Leather 16, but Ombre Leather 16 was a limited edition, obviously, so you can't even get it anymore. But I would say to check out Effing Fabulous by Tom Ford on their site because this is a really good deal. I mean, if you can get that and it smells identical to it and the dry down to it is really good. Now, this one itself does smell just like it as well or similar to it. I will say that I'm not a fan of Creed itself. I do like the brand. I do like some of their fragrances on there, such as Himalayan and Imperial. I believe that's what they're called. But I haven't purchased from them in such a long time because they're a little pretentious, if you ask me. But they gave me one of Aventus, Creed Aventus, and I have tried this fragrance for a while. I got it when it first launched. I didn't really care for it. I actually like this one better than I like the original Creed Aventus because this one dries down to be a very soft, supple, clean fragrance. It's soapy, it's clean, it has that pineapple note in there. It's even better than the original, and I don't say that very lightly. You know, I'm very harsh and very true to it. So, some of these, like I said, were absolute replicas of them. Some of them don't smell like it, but that is to be expected. It is really nice to see a small brand and to get to try all of their products. Like I said, they have multiple different ones on their site. So if you're looking for fragrances that are more mainstream, they do have those on their site. Obviously, this channel is more geared towards, you know, very exclusive perfumes, or not necessarily, but I like to explore fragrances that are typically not explored on YouTube. And they actually have that selection, which is very rare to find. You know, to find Sycamore on their site, I mean, and all the La Gems fragrances are on there. Like, it is really, 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 really shocking to find. I will put the pricing down below for all of their fragrances in the description box. So there you go. What do you guys think of the fragrances that we have tried today? They are actually very nice. Most of them smelled identical to it. Anywho, what do you guys think about it? I would certainly say that I recommend you to check out their stuff. You can find some pretty good deals at a very affordable price. So let me know what your guys' thoughts are down below. Make sure to give the video a thumbs up. Consider subscribing for more fragrance related content. And I hope to see you on the next video. Bye.